Just are timeless, so when you see them is when you're meant to hear them. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, please don't forget to hit the post notification bell so you can get alerts when my videos are posted. If you're new to my platform, welcome. Please hit that subscription button. It would totally mean the world to me. Welcome to a new day. Welcome to a new day. Let me just show. How's everyone doing? Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being here. Come on in. We're going to start off with Surah Al-Fatiha. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, most merciful. All praises for Allah, Lord of all worlds, the most compassionate, most merciful, Master of the Day of Judgment. You alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help. Guide us along the straight path, the path of those you have blessed, not those you're displeased with or those who are astray. And then we're going to do Psalms 91. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to a new day. Thank you guys for being here. Come on in. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome. Wealthiest rising, rich rising. Bismillah. Psalms 91 says, whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rapport. You will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrow that flies by the day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you say the Lord is my refuge, and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near your tent. For He will command His angels concerning you, to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in your hands so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent. Because He loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. I will call on him. He will call on me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him with long life. I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. Amen. All right, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Wealthy is rising. Rich rising. Blessings, blessings, and blessings. Come on in. Come on in. Come on, come on. And do the locomotion with me. Come on, baby. Do the locomotion. Come on in. I took my allergy medicine this morning, just so y'all know. So hopefully we ain't got the runny nose, watery nose. I promise y'all I won't do that stuff. Single, celibate, and sober. I gotta let y'all know, because just in case. I might be like, her nose always running. Yeah, bitch, I got allergies. Alright. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for being here. Come on in, come on in, and come on in. How's everyone doing? Happy Monday for some. Happy Tuesday for some. Happy Sunday to some of y'all, okay? Shit. How's everyone doing? Bless be. All right, let's see what's happening with this, because somehow one of these screens is just all black. Come on and do the locomotion with me. Let me get y'all title. More perspectives than one. There's two sides to every story. Your side and their side. And then they said the truth. But this is the other thing. The perspective. Whose perspective is correct? Your perspective, their perspective, and what is the conditioning? Now, something funny happened, because I happened to think about the stories that we've been raised up on, right? Something happened along the guidelines, because it used to be where when the elders told stories, they was passing down information from one generation to the next generation. Then all of a sudden, Disney happened. And Disney started telling fairy tales and fables. in stories. But I don't know if Disney was the one that started it. It could have started long before Disney, okay? Anyway, long story short, the message is this. The title is, "It's two sides to every story. Your perspective is just as important as theirs. Whose view is correct?" And let me tell you how this started. So again, like I said with Disney been telling stories. Our conditioning, the things that we think. I was wondering why it is that grown-ass adult people will clap for the predator. And I noticed that what happened recently in our world, in our view, is that the powers that be, our government and the folks, tried to start a race war. That didn't work. So now what they get ready to try to do is start a religious war. That shit's not gonna work either, right? Because we are far removed from a lot of the shit, and we're all now actively stepping back and standing back and saying, all right, we seen y'all play. It's not a new one. This the same one y'all been trying since, 1902. Let me tell you what happened. So in Goldilocks and the Three Bears, right? The story was told that Goldilocks entered into a place. She just wandered upon it. And they made it digestible by, a cute little blonde-haired girl just wandered into a place. That's breaking and entering. Then not only did she do that, she just decided that, okay, I'm going to test the waters. You are a very well-spoken woman and so pretty, Spirit. I can't lie to you. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate that. So Goldilocks then proceeds to enter into a person's house, because if you enter into a person's house right now, it's breaking and enter. A B&B. All right. So then she now goes and tests the food. You're not allowed to go messing with people's food. She goes and tests chairs. She breaks one of them. So now you're damaging property. And then, as if the entitlement didn't go far enough, she proceeded to now go and lay in these people's bed and take her a nap after she done ate their food. Do y'all know how much food costs right now? So they sold us a story, and not for nothing, growing up, we was like, the Three Bears came in and they messed with Goldilocks, and it was the bears' fault. Now just imagine from the bears' perspective. Because Goldilocks in here saying, oh, I just wandered upon this house and I should be able to because I'm entitled because my hair is blonde. And I ain't saying nothing about the blonde hair, but that's how they sold it to us, because I got some more stories. So if you want to run, don't. But that also should tell you something about you. Now, I should be entitled to be able to go into these people's houses, break in, go in their refrigerator, go break some shit that is not, mine. And then I should feel entitled enough to go and lay down. I appreciate your talents as well. Thank you. So that was entitlement at its best. And then, growing up, because I was thinking even in that story, and how many of you did that? So if you're here and you're listening, how many of y'all viewed it from the perspective of Goldilocks? Like, how dare these bears, because then they came in, who's been eating my food? They made it so the big black bear came in and they was all aggressive. Who's been eating my food? Who's been sitting in my chair? Who's been laying? Like, these people got a right, from the bear's perspective, these people have a right to ask, who the fuck been in my house? Who been fucking with my stuff? But then everybody gets mad when they run Goldilocks' ass off. In 2026, people get, people done got shot for less beat. You see what I'm saying? But then it would have been the bear's fault. It's like when growing up, I loved Beauty and the Beast. until I really sat down as an adult, and this is probably in 2024 or 2025, when I finally sat down and paid attention to what Beauty and the Beast was. Beauty and the Beast, I'm done. Never heard it broken down. I mean, this is what I'm saying. This is our conditioning. Because you have to think, we clap for the person. They trained us to clap for the predator. And now we have to undo all of this stuff that they have done. So, paying attention to Beauty and the Beast, because I'm over here romanticizing Beauty and the Beast, because that's what they did. They romanticized Beauty and the Beast. Now, if we go back to Beauty and the Beast and pay attention to it, it was a hostage situation that took place. What's that disease that you get when you fall in love with your captor? What's that called? Somebody tell me, please. First and foremost, the Beast kidnapped her father. And then she came to negotiate her father's release. And he took her hostage in exchange for her father. And then she lived with him long enough for her to end up falling in love with him. Now, in 2026, that's kidnapping. You're not allowed to kidnap nobody. That's a hostage situation. You're not allowed to, kidnap nobody. And then he kept this man long enough. He kept this lady long enough for her to eventually go through a mental psychosis. For her to now fall in love with the person that then captured her. Anybody know the name of that? I forgot what it's called. Alright, so then, the next one. We got Jack and the Beanstalk. Anybody just throw him in there if we can figure it out. Jack and the Beanstalk. Jack and the Beanstalk, we felt like it was the fucking Giants issue because Jack climbed up a beanstalk. Somebody gave Jack some magic seeds. He planted them. Next day they grew. He decided to climb up the beanstalk. We all in wonder because of the fact that, oh shit, these magic beans turned into a beanstalk. No, never mind that when he climbed that beanstalk, it was a house. He broke into the Giant's house. Again, breaking and entering. Not only did he do that, then he proceeded to go through this person's house and steal. And we all got mad, or we all clapped when he stole this man's stuff, ran back down the beanstalk, and then chopped it down and killed the giant because he fell after he chopped it down. But mind you, he went up there fucking with this person. So just imagine, again, from the giant standpoint, I'm over here in my house chilling. And now it's somebody in here stealing. Y'all wouldn't like it done to y'all. And so meanwhile, again, we have to pay attention to what did we learn? What were they conditioning us for? So they taught us, kill, steal, and destroy, right? If you kill, steal, and destroy, who is that? The enemy, that's what they said, the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. How come we have been clapping for the enemy this whole entire time? The only people that kill, steal, and destroy is who? They will kill, steal, and destroy in the name of, Jesus, in the name of God, in the name of whatever it is that they said. This is what they use, and this is what they show. So just imagine you over here minding your own business. And like I said, they tried to do it with the race thing. That didn't work, right? IRV, I think that's who it is. Let me see. Excuse me, everybody. IRV, welcome. Thank you for being here, too. Who is that? They hid your comment. I don't know what it means, but it's there. Anyway, so just imagine from your perspective, your standpoint, that somebody breaks into your house. Just imagine from your standpoint that you have a friend and you love this friend dearly. And this friend is not the same as you. You and this friend have been friends since you can remember. You and this friend are different skin colors, different religions, different everything. But y'all love each other because y'all found each other at a young age. And then all of a sudden, the people who are supposed to be protecting, the people who are supposed to protect and serve, because that's our government, they're supposed to protect and serve. They're supposed to listen to the people because it's supposed to be we the people. And now all of a sudden something is happening and they're getting ready to try to, if you don't listen to, if you don't have Christian values, so this goes for anybody and everybody, which also is kind of blowing me because I'm trying to figure out here. Y'all aligned yourself with people in a different country. Jewish people, right? Because our country is now doing something strange. They align themselves with Jewish people, but they're over here talking about Christian, da-da-da-da. And I ain't here to argue with nobody about religion. I tell y'all that all the time. But it's not adding up. And this is the reason why I'm trying to tell y'all that they're getting ready to try to put, people against each other. Because what I just recently heard was that a person said that religion don't have nothing to do with our Constitution. And so they're trying to push, again, Christianity, right? And I'm not blaming nobody about Christianity. I'm not arguing with nobody about Christianity. Everybody using your free will should be able to do whatever it is, your journey, your pathway is taking you towards. You should be able to learn any religion, anything that basically is put here. Knowledge is for everybody, right? So if it was here, you should be able to learn about it. You should be able to, figure out your way. Not everybody try to push, or somebody try to push their narrative and their agenda off on you, right? So they aligned themselves in another country with some Jewish people. The Jewish people are literally calling the shots for our country, right? Which is weird. Miss Kelly says, happy Tuesday, y'all. Hey, girl. Hey, Miss Kelly. So y'all called a ceasefire. And again, I ain't getting into the bullshit. I just need y'all to see something. They called a ceasefire. They made a deal, they claim, with the people over there. Then another country that practices a different religion from what they're trying to push here says, fuck y'all agreement. I'm still going to do whatever. Now, us as supposedly a superpower are supposed to now take the side of the people that we made the agreement with. But we didn't do that. We literally said, fuck the agreement that we just made with these people because of what the Jewish people over here said. Mind you, I'm going to repeat it. The children of Israel is tied to Jacob. All right? Because I don't know who the fuck them people are. And again, I ain't trying to get into no religious nothing because people can do whatever the hell they want to. But conditioning has trained us to root for the oppressor, to root for the person in the wrong. Because they sold us Disney stories. They sold us narratives to root for the person who invaded. There's an issue with that. So now over here, because the race thing didn't happen and people started to realize, how is science saying that, we all come from an Eve gene, which comes from this, and then we want to argue about who's, who and what's what. Majestic Grace, love you. Thank you for being here. She said, magnificent rising, everyone. So they gave us that narrative. So when they started pushing the color narrative, let's all argue with these people, da-da-da-da-da, it's not working because everybody is unraveling the truth. Everybody is learning, right? So everybody's paying attention. Who's pushing this narrative, right? So the race thing didn't work. And it's still, having, whatever effects, but people are waking up from that. So now here we are now y'all are only going to we're only going to recognize a certain amount of religions. Why do these people think that they have more power or more control over people's free will than they should? What does it matter? And who is allowing this to Because free will is your free will, right? Your journey is your journey. Your pathway is your pathway. Why is our government now trying to step in and tamper with people's religious freedom? It's not making sense. So you back in Jewish people, but you over here telling us that we have to be under these values, these situations. But we also see, they said the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. Okay, so as I was sitting there listening to this shit, as they're saying this, oh, there's no religion in the Constitution, and, you know, da-da-da-da-da. And now y'all are trying to input church into schools. But then it made me wonder, y'all just really canceled the schools and this, that, and the third. And I already told y'all need to pay attention to what y'all kids are learning. If you can homeschool, your best bet is to homeschool. If you can collectively get together with some people to try to homeschool and try to figure out what your kids are learning, because the same education that they're trying to give your kids, they don't teach their kids. So they're banking on you not knowing nothing and allowing your kids to go, you know, and continue to be manipulated and lied and conditioned to root for the person that's creating the problem. Because we can clearly see who's creating the problem. If you can't see, then put yourself in those people's shoes. You know the funny part about that? You can't. You can't walk a mile in nobody's shoes unless you have done it. It's like I keep wondering how we put people in power that don't know what people on the ground need. How are you going to know what I need if you've never been in the hood? You don't know what the hood need if you've never been in the hood. You don't know what the suburbs need if you ain't never been in the suburbs. It's basically like saying, it's like when I was growing up, they used to have the fresh air kids, right? And the fresh air kids was kids that would come from the inner cities and they would go to, like, you know, the country, right? Because in the inner city, there wasn't grass. Trying to learn something that you've never seen before, or they would do the 4X, learning how to farm. You have to actively do the thing. So a person is sitting up here in their mansion spending $1.6 billion on seafood don't know that the hood, the roads are fucked up over here. And we need our potholes fixed. The children are not eating. Meanwhile, you just spent $1.6 billion on seafood. And you think that's important. You're out here actively spending money, wasteful ass money, on reflecting pools and ballrooms and this, that, and the third when your country is hungry. And you find a way to be able to say, and I don't care who's sitting in the seat, red or blue, everybody's fucking wrong. I don't care who's sitting in the seat. So I'm not siding with one person or the other. I'm saying if you have actively, if there's enough money to do these stupid ass things, then there has always been enough money to do what was important for the common folk. Mind you, these people will ask you actively to go to war and fight for them. Meanwhile, these niggas ain't never been to no war and fought for nothing. They'll send your kids to die, but they not going to send their kids to die. Let me tell you what a true leader does. They get in the fucking field. If I decide that something is important enough to go to war for, bitch, I'm going first. Because it's important. This is how you lead. You don't lead from your iron throne, from your seat, sitting your fat, stinking ass. And I ain't talking about nobody specifically. I'm saying any of them. If they not willing to go and die for it for themselves, it ain't fucking important. So why are we doing it? I'm actively telling you this. Meanwhile, back at band camp, y'all know what happens when people start speaking out. So technically, I'm showing you how I get it done. I'm telling you how we gonna get it done. I'm putting my life on the line to be able to tell you that we need to actively pay attention, because they've been selling us bullshit since day one. We woke up in their algorithm from the very moment you got pushed out of your mom's cootie cat. They've been telling you when to eat, When you gonna go to school, they've been vaccinating you with things, putting shit in your body and in your system that you ain't asked for. And trusting that your parents can make a conscious decision, but meanwhile they was conditioned too. It was a cycle and a cycle and a cycle, and they're banking on the fact that nobody's gonna break the chain. Nobody's gonna start to think. They're going to just continue to keep perpetuating this same fraud, this same lie, this same clap for the aggressor. Goldilocks was the aggressor. Jack was the aggressor. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? So let's start to see things from the right side, from the right view. Let's put ourselves in the shoes that, let's walk a mile if you can. Because I can tell you what it feels like to, not have something. I can tell you what it feels like to get something repossessed. I can tell you what it feels like to be homeless. I can't tell you what it feels like to smoke crack. I ain't never done it. So I ain't gonna get on my soapbox and say, okay, well, this is how the crackheadish behavior began. I can tell you how I started smoking Mary Jane. I can tell you that it felt good. I can tell you how it even, supposedly I was an alcoholic to other people. I can tell you about that. Meanwhile, looking at from their perspective, I don't know what the hell they was talking about. I was having a good time. But from their perspective, I needed an intervention. Because I was waking up drinking the same drink that I had the night before. I was, putting hands on people. I was having blackouts. But from my perspective, what are you talking about? And I can't tell you what it feels like to go, have to have a what do you call it? A vice so bad that I have to go to rehab or to a meeting. Because when I wanted to stop Mary Jane, or when I wanted to stop, alcoholism, I just stopped. I made a conscious decision and a choice to say, I can't do that. And honestly, you know what? Excuse me, in some cases, it was the fact that I'm a responsible person, right? And if I can't pay my bills, I ain't gonna be out here smoking Mary Jane or eating Mary Jane, because I like edibles too. So that's one of the things. Even now, I probably would be, doing that. But the fact of the matter is you got to be able to afford that. And I only like doing shit that, I can afford. Anyway, she said sure was Goldilocks broke into the bear's house, eating their food and laying all on their beds. Exactly. Who is the aggressor? It's like I done seen people, and this is sad, but I'm noticing, because I thought the kids would have been like the breaking point, right? You got people out here that will tell you that, touching on the little people or, raping, is a crime. But meanwhile, it's people actively out here saying grab them in the pussy. Mind you, I literally just watched a video recently when this nigga went to visit a whole nother country, right? Or they came over here, I don't know. Either way, the man had to pry this nigga's hands off of his wife. And ain't nothing gonna not tell me that the video I saw that this nigga did not punch that man in the face. So as long as you're in power, you're allowed to act a certain type of way. But if that was anybody else, nigga, you're going to jail. You're going to get arrested. It's aggravated assault. But somehow, in this society and on this timeline, they can do anything and everything they want, and they have diplomatic immunity. That's weird. Because right is right and wrong is wrong. You can't just be actively out here molesting and doing the most ungodliest things. And again, I'm not talking about one side, because it's a lot of people that have been, tried and I mean, it's been seen, but ain't nobody been tried and convicted. It's almost like they just got away with it. But mind you, Bill Cosby went to jail. So it's okay for them to do it, but it's not okay for them to do it. How can you think that we're going to be any type of effective? How can you think that the laws and anything is going to be any type of effective if people can clearly see that there's different rules for this side than it is for you? Because if you do a crime, if you grab them in the pussy, you're going to jail. If you punch somebody in the face, you're going to jail. Let me see what I got for y'all, because literally I think I saved some stuff for y'all to be able to listen to. This society has been trained to, like, it's a weird thing, because it's even like with the men. The men think they can do something that's degrading, but then they tell the women, you shouldn't degrade yourself like that. But why do y'all think y'all should degrade yourselves like that? That's strange. I'm in my room. Oh, this is what I got for y'all. This right here. And I'm going to just narrate this, and I'm going to say this, preference this by saying, it's nothing against the lady, right? But this is the reason why we need to start dealing with a lot of the stuff that we deal with right here, right now. Because ain't no fucking way you want to be this old and still dealing with trauma. And again, nothing to do with the lady, only an example of. We have to fix this shit right now. Literally right now. Pay attention to this.
He's in the room with that woman up there. Who in the room with the weapons? Yeah, Mom. He's not. He is coming. You can hear him talking.
She said he's in the room with that lady. The video says she thinks her husband is in the room with another woman.
What's up with you? He's in the room with that woman up there. Who in the room with the weapons? Yeah, Mom. He's not. He is coming. You can hear him talking. In what room? Your room? No.
Mind you, the husband is dead. Just so y'all know. All right?
Oh, right there. That's Lito's room. That's the TV. No, it's him. I know his voice. That's the TV you hear, Mom. No, Bill is not in there. He is. He's not. So you know what we gonna do? We gonna kick his behind. But we ain't gonna do it tonight. Okay? No, he ain't getting in the house either. I'm gonna pack all his clothes up and take it to this job. That's what you used to do before. Before for him? Yeah, he used to pack up his clothes and take it to his job. No. No, he stayed there and got his clothes. Oh, okay. Well, he not in the room, Ma. He's in there. I heard him talking and everything. I was out there for a while, and then I went back in the room, and then I came back, and that's Lito room, and that's the TV. Mama, that's a TV. I know a TV. You think I'm a damn fool or something? He's not in that room. I wanted to tell him to give me my keys. He's not in there. He is. He's not. And you think he in there with another woman, you say? The one who lived there. I'm the only one that live here, me and you. He in there with a woman because I hear talking too. You hear talking too? Yeah, they're talking. Well, at least they just talking and ain't doing nothing else. You don't know what they doing. Well, I'm just saying, if they talking, at least they ain't doing something else. Yeah, they are. What? Well, you used to be a bad mamma jamma. Why you won't kick that door down, kid? Because I'd have to pay to get a new door. Yeah, you sure would have to pay me to get a new door. All right, so you know what? When he come out and she come out, we gonna give them a whooping of their life, okay? They ain't gonna come out at the same time. It don't matter. When one come out, then that's when we gonna bust in there, right? All right, so let's go back to the room. That's the TV, Ma. That's the TV. That's the TV. That's the TV. That's the TV. When I was here before, there wasn't no TV in I just heard him talking. No, it's the TV. It's the TV. I'm in my room. What's up with you?
Now, what pissed me the fuck off was she got up. Why didn't she just go open that door? She should have just went and opened the door for the lady. Why the fuck didn't you go open the door? So that was the first thing that got on my nerves, because she could have fixed this right then and there. This isn't funny, but it's a little funny. No, it ain't funny. I didn't show you because it's funny. I showed you because this lady is now stuck in a cycle of this. But mind you, her daughter could have went and opened the fucking door. She could have showed her, and I don't know if what triggers, I don't know. All I know is it was just pissing me off, because get your ass up and go open the fucking door for her. Because, bitch, we could have solved this whole, maybe or maybe not. But she might come in the next night, still the same exact fucking thing. But the fact of the matter is it could have been solved right here and right there. Like, there's nobody in here. That's not him. That's, the man is dead. But mind you, whatever this person did to her, she's now never got over it. This is what the comments say. Facts, they were standing right by the door. Yeah, exactly. So why the fuck didn't you open the door for her? Hey, Xavier, love you. Thanks for being here. So the comments say, oh my God, this is trauma. Definition of the brain forgives but never forgets. Even in our most vulnerable moments, I don't feel like she forgave. It seemed like she's still holding on to it, because what she said was, I'm gonna pack this nigga shit the fuck up and go take it to his job. Like, even the fact that they didn't want to go open the door, it's one of those things like, why are we not dealing with the situation at hand? Why are we not dealing with it when it's there? Because even the fact that she was going to let it just play out is mind-boggling to me. This is the sign we all needed to leave the first time. Like, I don't want to be traumatized to the point that I'm stuck in my own fucking brain in my own way. And again, has nothing to do with the lady. I'm sorry that she's going through that. But again, this is the sign we all need to leave the first time. This is the sign we need to heal. This is the sign that we need. And healing is a lifelong process. Just so y'all know. But ain't no fucking way in hell I want to be dealing with the trauma of what a nigga did into my fucking death. And this is the reason why I said to people, like, we got to start really seeing things from the way they are. Your perspective is important too. It don't mean you lied. It don't mean they lied. It means that both sides can be correct. Because Goldilocks ass broke and entered. Divine Creator. Oh, we're not there. Sorry. I'm supposed to be up here. So, message for the collective. There's two sides to every story. Your perspective is just as important as theirs. So whose view is correct? It's not a right or a wrong thing. It's just, this is what you felt. This is what they felt. This lady in here, she says, and this is why I can't stay. Somebody else says he broke her heart. He did. But she also broke her own heart. But conditioning did it. Because people think that we're supposed to just be with one person. This person is obligated to, be with us for forever. It's 8.3 billion people on this planet last time I checked. Find y'all some happiness. Whether it be with a person or not. Somebody says, I hope she finds peace. Honestly, they just did a thing where they cured somebody's dementia, and I hope she finds peace too. But in my mind, I feel like also, like, damn, I want to find peace when it's early enough for me to accept, when it's early enough for me to fucking enjoy. We gotta break the conditioning. They have been training us all fucking wrong from the beginning. Because this is the thing. You're gonna die. They're banking on you dying in the box. They're banking on you dying conditioned. If I'm gonna die, I want to die free. Like I fought for something. I stood for something. I didn't just allow these people to box my mind up, and now I'm fucking confused. This person says this breaks my heart because she's still getting betrayed by this man even after the death. That is fucking crazy. This man is long gone and still living in this lady's head, creating her fucking trauma. And this is the thing. This whole shit is symbolic because I said open the door for her. Nobody opened the door for her even when the man was fucking alive. And still, she's dealing with this shit. Nobody's opening the door for her. And that's fucking crazy. The example is the fucking example. Why didn't they open the door? She's not even getting an open door even in the man's death. That's fucking crazy. So there's two sides to every story. One of the biggest things many of us have learned right now, many of us are learning right now, is that we've been conditioned to accept one version of a story without even questioning it. So think about it. As children, we were told that Goldilocks was a curious little girl who wandered into the woods and found 3 bears. But if we're being honest, she broke into someone else's house, ate their food, sat in their chairs, and slept in their bed. From the bear's perspective, Goldilocks wasn't the victim. She was the intruder. Miss Kelly said to keep her in her dementia box. Exactly. So what dementia box are we all in? Then there's Jack and the Beanstalk. We were taught to cheer for Jack. I want to say this because before that is happening, in my brain it keeps saying to stop you from moving on. Like literally to stop you from moving on. Every step of the way. I don't want you to be happy without me. I don't want you to find happiness or peace in your life without me. Like this is what a lot of people wish for y'all. To be stuck in your dementia box. Always focused on, mind you, these niggas done went and lived their whole entire fucking life. Done enjoyed, done experienced, done. But somebody don't want for you to experience, to love, to be happy, to live life. And that's fucked up. And these are the people that will say that they love you. They love you, but they want you to be their version of what love is. Don't love nobody else. Don't experience nobody else. Don't go be the best you can be nowhere else with nobody else. They want to bring you down to your fucking knees. And these are the people that we learn from. These are the people that we call husband, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, family, homie, lover, friend, government. This shit is fucked up. Because while they spending $1.6 billion on seafood, living their fucking best life, you can barely fucking feed your kids. While they out here building grand ballrooms, you can't afford your car insurance or your home. While they out here fucking with people, starting wars in different countries that ain't fucking with them, they're not tending to the things that we need over here. While they're sending your kids to war, they're protecting their kids and showing their kids how to be a fucking whatever the hell repeat of them. And nobody's listening. Because the conditioning got us, thank you, boss. Well, I'm just glad to be alive. Are you really alive? Are you really alive? Because if they don't want you to experience nothing and you're not experiencing anything, but meanwhile, they get to go on vacation whenever the fuck they feel like it. They get to actually have real information, real food, real water, real air, real. Meanwhile, they're tampering with your free will and making it this. And this is what some people have to look forward to. All the trauma, what happened to me in my life. And I gotta relive it now until the fuck you die. Like, this is some real wicked ass shit. If that's not a spell, I don't know what is. The man's not here. And still, the whoever this is, her daughter, won't open the door for her. The nigga didn't open the door, but her loved one could have just opened the door. Because that's all the fuck I kept saying. Can you get your bitch ass up and go open the door? What if that's all she ever wanted and that's all she needed? What if it just took for somebody that claimed they love you to open the door? You know why they won't open the door? They're afraid you're going to grow past them. They're afraid that you're going to do whatever it is their brain did already, so they want to keep you in that dementia box. She said, whoa, family facts, and we love them back for it too. Yeah, you be loving them more than they love you, because if she loved her, she would have got her ass the fuck up and opened the door. Like, you filming her was important. That's this generation. Filming her was more important. And even if you filmed to show her later, at least if you had to open the door, it might would have took a weight off her mind. But she didn't open the door for her. Instead, she tried to say, when somebody comes out, the nigga's dead. Like, sometimes we don't even realize, like, the brain is such a vast thing, it does wonders. And what if that was all she ever needed? Was an open door. Somebody saying, you don't have to deal with that man, you can come over here. I know he's doing this, because we don't know what happened. I don't know, how it got that bad. But what if all she needed was an open door? When they knew she was going through that with that man, baby, come over here. Let's get you, doing something different instead of focusing on this. Who knows? Then there's Jack and the Beanstalk. We were taught to cheer for Jack as the hero. But from another angle, Jack climbed into someone's home, took their possessions, and eventually helped bring about the giant's downfall. Like, you advanced on me. Spiritually, this is some bullshit. Because literally, you didn't have to come the fuck over here. You didn't have to energetically invade my space. And then, the fact that you did created problems for me. And mind you, the world cheers for Jack. Nobody cares about the giant, that he was home minding his own fucking business, and then all of a sudden it's this little nigga in his house doing shit. Y'all only care when it's done to you. So if you wake up in the middle of the night and somebody is prying into your house, they walking around in your fucking house, eating your food, taking what the fuck they feel like it, you gonna call that a robbery. But somehow we clapped and cheered. They told us these stories when we was little. They started navigating our brains, manipulating our fucking brains early. To the tune of, we now don't even realize who's doing the bullshit. I've watched a whole congregation of church people sit. A person that's got victimized by the leader in the church. The lady stood up and said, this nigga molested me when I was a child. You know what the church people did? Crowded around the man. They hated the fact that the girl told. Imagine being the victim of something and they acknowledge the predator and not you as being the victim when you got the courage to come forth and tell the truth. This happens every day. This is happening every day. And mind you, somehow they will find a way to make peace for the predator, but for the victim, you're just supposed to shut your fucking mouth. So yesterday I was sitting and I was thinking about something about myself, right? Because again, what dementia box are we in? What trauma are we having for ourselves, right? And it made me think about something that happened to me when I was a kid. And to this day, I have not said anything to anybody about it, right? And I'm still not going to say anything to anybody about it, right? Only because it didn't happen. It did happen, but it didn't happen. The person, this is the thing. I don't want to have to bring up nothing. The person's dead, right? And I know that it would give me peace, maybe, if I said what I need to say, right? But also, I feel like, why bring it up now, right? And then this is the other issue. I said, why do you keep protecting these fucking people? What is it in me? What is the lesson that I need to learn right here and right now? Because I realize I keep protecting people who keep doing stuff to me. And I don't know why, even as a young person, I knew to keep a secret. Like, why did I not trust? Because even if it was nothing, I should have been able to say it then. So the issue was this. And this is, I'm going to just say it out loud, because then maybe I just need the open door. So I went and laid down next to somebody, because I got told to go lay down next to somebody. And so the person was asleep, and because I said I was sleepy, they said go lay down next to the person. And so I went and laid down next to the person. The person rubbed up my leg in my dress. And this is the part that's a little shady to me, only because I was little. So a person would know the difference between my little thighs and somebody else's thighs, right? So it was almost as if the person, I can remember, rubbed me a couple of times, and then it was almost like they realized, and then they caught themselves. And then for some reason, I draw a blank after that. And so the thing is this. Why didn't I say it then? Because if it was nothing then, I should have said it, and then the person could have just explained, you know. But I didn't say anything. And then I didn't say anything when a nigga held me down. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. And it keeps being a cycle of me not saying nothing. When spiritually stuff started to happen, the first incident, I was young enough to remember the first spiritual thing that happened to me. Why didn't I say anything? I could have got somebody to go check, but I didn't say anything. And then right behind that, I got scalded. Like, and I can remember even that incident. I climbed on the sink, but mind you, this happened after the other incident happened. I climbed on the sink fell down, hot water came out. So I started screaming, somebody came and got me. So it wasn't bad, but I just remembered that spiritually, I already been under attack since then. But why didn't I tell anybody? And then it just continued to perpetuate going into later on in life. And so it's one of those things when we realize, when we finally get old enough to realize, there's already an assignment. There's already an assignment. She said, let me see, Miss Kelly said, see, like you said, brainwashed at a young age and by a community, her school, her home, her church. Yeah, because how was a child supposed to explain that? How was a child supposed to explain that? She didn't even have the vocabulary. Yeah, and see, that's the thing. Anyway, so as I was sitting yesterday, and it made me wonder, because after I'm looking at some of this stuff, I'm saying, why didn't I say something? But then I noticed, even as an adult, right? Even as an adult, I'll have certain men try to talk to me, or they keep advancing on me, this, that, and the third. And I notice I don't say nothing until it really goes too far. And so for women, they'll try to say, well, oh, you flirted with somebody, or oh, you this, that, and the third. No, it's just that a lot of men are taught to be aggressive with women or be a predator, and they don't realize that they're being a predator, or it's conditioning to be a predator, because that's what they're taught. They're taught to be, you have to be aggressive because you're a man. They call it conquering. You have to, what is it called? Billy, hi, welcome, thank you for being here. Um, it's cool for men to be a certain type of way, but then they'll say it's not cool for women to be this way. Again, right is right and wrong is wrong. We've been conditioned to be so many different things that in our old culture, in our real culture, we didn't have these issues. This is something that just came about in, certain point in time, a certain period in time, and that's, now we just went along with it. So we just had a person that came in here, and let me tell you what I did. So I reported them for child abuse, because why did you think that you should come in here and do that? So y'all gonna learn, because I'm gonna make sure your page gets taken down. So y'all be thinking that people just gonna play with you and this, that, and the third, but I'm gonna fucking report your ass, so you have to go make another page, because that's weird that you would do that. So for the next one, I'm gonna report you for suicide or self-injury, because I want your page to be taken down, because you're strange for that. You took a hot second to come in here and say hello, and then you decided to type that into my chat. So I don't know what you was thinking or why you thought that that was good, but I just report your ass to YouTube. So how about that? If they let you be here, then that's on them, but whatever that is. Anyway, the next one that I reported them for was that, but the first thing I reported them for was child abuse, because I don't know why you would come in my channel and say that. That's crazy. Anyway, excuse me. We were taught to cheer for Jack as the hero, but from another angle, Jack climbed into someone's home, took their possessions, and eventually helped bring about the giant's downfall. The giant was painted as a villain, but how different might the story sound if the giant was telling it? Yeah, because they're crazy. Like, I don't know what's wrong with them. Like, you're not going to come in here and say no shit like that. And normally I put them on mute, but no, I'm just going to get your whole channel taken down, because shit like that, YouTube will block your damn channel. So let me just go ahead and help you with that. So you just go make another one. They ain't going to do nothing but go get another email and go make another one. But either way, bitch, you're going to work today. Okay? The point isn't whether Goldilocks or Jack was good or bad. The point is that perspective changes everything. And perspective does change everything. So now, how are you going to start to see things? When they're giving you stories, put yourself in the other person's shoes if you can. Because, again, sometimes we can't, because we don't have that experience. But if you've ever been a victim of a B&B, a breaking and entering, B&E, sorry, breaking and entering, it's not a good feeling. Like, when your house or somewhere that you is something that's sacred to you, something that's supposed to be your safe place, when it gets broken into, you don't want to be there. It's like when your car gets hit. How many of y'all done been in a car accident, after you got in that car accident, you didn't want your car no more because it don't seem like it works the same? So just imagine someone breaking and entering into your home, and now you don't know what was touched, because at this point everything could have been touched. It don't feel safe to you no more because of the fact that somebody broke into it. Somebody else had access to your private place. Now just think about that. So many of us have been trained to automatically pick a side before hearing the whole story. We've been conditioned to believe whoever speaks first or whoever is last left, because people will lie. Like, even now when the people are saying, oh, we're POs, prisoners of war, because we came over here, these people came over here, they conquered the land, and now it's almost as if everybody don't realize that we're fucking prisoners. But meanwhile, they're showing us that we're fucking prisoners, because they're saying you have to follow things this way or we're going to punish you by locking you the fuck up. And then the other side ain't saying shit, they just letting stuff fly. And so we have to think that all of the officers are the same, the yellow, the red and the blue. Because why are y'all not getting these people? Why are the charges not flying? Why ain't nobody the fuck in jail if in fact we're not fucking prisoners? Because people think that just because they can get in their car and they can go drive wherever they want to drive to, the prison is bigger than what you think. The whole land is the prison. So you get to go to work because it benefits them. You get to go do this because you get to go do anything that benefits them. You're still a prisoner. If you speak out against them, you could potentially go to jail or worse. That is a prisoner. And so sometimes, every now and then, there comes a person in history that speaks up or out, and guess what? We actually make changes. But a lot of times in history, people speak up and out against them, and then they lose their life. And then I'll be another notch on their list, and y'all will still be in prison. Either way, realize that this is prison. You don't have free will. They're saying that we do, and if we do, then I'm going to use it to do this. God, please get them. Because if we have free will, they're impeding upon my free will, and I want you to get them out of my way. But as far as they're concerned, in their minds, we don't have a free will. They control everything that we're doing. Many of us have been trained to automatically pick a side before hearing the whole story. We've been conditioned to believe whoever speaks first, whoever sounds the most convincing, whoever cries the loudest, or whoever fits the role of hero. We've already accepted in our minds. But life isn't a fairy tale. Think about how many times everybody, Davis Carter, hi, welcome, thank you for being here. And Amy, hi, welcome, thank you for being here. How many times throughout history have somebody been convicted, wrongly convicted, because somebody cried out, you know, or somebody says something and instantly you're the bad guy because you're the bear, or you're a certain type of color, or you don't live in a certain type of place. People will instantly think that you are coming to steal if you wind up in the wrong neighborhood. They build fences and gates to keep people out of, you know, certain types of neighborhoods. Because you don't belong there, riffraff. Street rat, I don't buy that. Sometimes the person being labeled selfish is finally choosing themselves. I don't want you breaking and entering into my space, Goldilocks. I don't want you over here stealing gold. Jack. You know? But yet, meanwhile, we've been rooting for Jack and Goldilocks. Sometimes the person being painted as the villain is just refusing to participate in someone else's version of events. Which reminds me, what happened to the giants? Now, from the people's perspective, the giants are huge. The giants are walking around on Earth. Because this started to do a thing to me too. I noticed that people build dams and bridges. The little human beings, with all their ingenuity, build dams and bridges. And what I have noticed in this society, right, is that when they want to destroy something, they will build a dam or bridge or set some shit on fire. It's the little human being's nature, right? Because they want to be able to control. So just imagine if the story is correct about the giants, right? And giants roam the earth. And we know giants roam the earth because they told us, right? And they be lying, but they told us. Think about all the areas where it's mountain areas, mountain ridges, and people are saying that's an actual petrified giant. If I was a little human being and I wanted to figure out a way to, flood something or do something or change something pertaining to a giant, how will we get rid of giants? How will we build bridges and dams and things of that nature without, them knowing? Because they would know. And then it led me to see pictures of real tall people helping and working side by side, like they had families. And then all of a sudden, they just disappeared. From the giant's perspective, they may have just wanted to, coexist with the little human being people. But from the human's perspective, these niggas is big. They accidentally step on something because ain't nothing worse than just being big and just big. They walk, the ground is shaking. It's creating earthquakes and stuff for the little people. So little people actively get together and say, y'all, we got to get these niggas off the planet. Like, we're not going to survive. We're not going to make it because guess what? For what these niggas eat is like a whole year's worth of food storage for us. Like, how are we going to continue to keep feeding these niggas if they stay over here? The funny part is this. Every time I keep seeing like the ice wall and things of that nature, and I've seen maps that show that there's stuff that's on the outside of the ice wall, right? There's other lands that's there. And so then it makes me wonder, because you know how they talk about giant squid and giant this and giant that, but also I seen a little place called Black Rock, right? It's in the middle of one of the poles. They took it off the maps, but it was on one of the old maps, right? And what I found out about that was when you go looking it up, it'll tell you about these little pygmy people. One thing about life and history, they will show you. They have to show you the truth in your face. Y'all remember the Littles? We are the Littles. Y'all remember them? Y'all remember the Smurfs? So y'all know pygmy people exist even in our world, right here and right now. But mind you, Black Rock, that's used to be on the map and it's still a location that exists, was full of little people. So if I don't want y'all going there and I don't want y'all fucking with them, then I would take it off the map because I don't want y'all going there. I don't want y'all fucking with them. Yep, the little folks, the gnomes too. Yeah. So, let me tell y'all what I seen. So it brought back the thing about the babies being mermaids, right? Because remember what they even tell us, you can have a water birth. The baby's gonna be fine in the water as long as the baby don't come up to take a breath. Once the baby comes up to take a breath, that's it, that's all, right? It's a wrap. So somehow a video comes across my screen yesterday and it is a man. It looks like the size of a man, but it made me wonder, did they, remember I asked you, do y'all think they already did that? Because we not the first people to just think of some shit, right? Like, suppose we just don't let it come back up for air. We just put it down here and that's it. That's all, right? You just around here swimming. It looked like a man that was underground, under the water. It had legs, but it just was severely disfigured and deformed. And it made me wonder if it could have been one of those experiments, because I'm not going to actively act like I wouldn't think that they would be far from doing it. Because to me, if they take people, alive people, and start doing, different experiment types on them, and this is another thing, your perspective. Because from their perspective, they're saying to advance science. From my perspective, the person they would have been doing it to, you're a murderer, you're a torturer, you're, whatever horrific thing that, would be said, that would be you. But mind you, y'all call them doctors, y'all call them pioneers of humanity. Meanwhile, they're killers. Me either. I think they've tried it. Exactly. So, and then they'll say, in the name of science, we had to do this, and we just got a baby that was da-da-da-da-da, but it was a baby. And y'all, like, y'all did an experiment on a baby. And we know they're not far removed from doing it. There's nothing that whatever these people are, and then it makes me wonder, the change that happened. So, when during the time 432 years is what it ended up being for the kings, right? That was here, that was noted. So people have been here from what they are, what they know, what they saying, 432,000 years based off the king's list, right? But mind you, then previously, you know, whatever was written or not written or whatever. So if we realize now within 10,000 years, right? 10,000 years, they have really screwed and fucked up a lot of shit. It's less than that, but we just gonna give them 10,000 for that. Which was also funny to me when it was like, oh, we went back to 10,000 BC, but then when you do this, because they show you shit on movies and things of that nature, if you go back and actually look, some of these time periods ain't that far away. It's about 1,000 years. So mind you, they still got 9,000. Where and why have we taken such a decline in our, you know, human nature? Because something's wrong. Whether or not anybody realizes it or not. Hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. Hi, Junior. Something's wrong. Because again, we've been conditioned. We're being conditioned. They're showing us fairy tales. You sit your kids down in front of the TV to watch these movies. Yesterday, I sent something, and this is one of the things. Y'all need to watch what your kids are watching. Because they have Majestic Grace, I'll send it to you. I sent this to some people. A lady's
Okay, I don't know if I'm late to this party, and maybe I'm just not on that side of TikTok, but I've seen nobody talk about this. I'm watching this show on Netflix, Amazing Digital Circus. Mind you, I'm a fucking child, and it's labeled PG, and I was like, okay, I don't know if I'm late to this party, and maybe I'm just not on that side of TikTok, but I've seen nobody talk about this. I'm watching this show on Netflix, Amazing Digital Circus. Mind you, I'm a fucking child, and it's labeled PG, and I was like, ooh, animation, PG, I'm gonna watch it. This is how they're getting our children. This is not PG. So as you can see, it says TV PG, violence, fear, substances, and gore. I don't even like it. Watch this shit.
You really want to know what I want?
Oh no.
I want the ability to have sex.
Y'all kids is watching
I'm
this.
grown up, so this doesn't faze me, but what the fuck is that? For TV PG? Oh, and it gets better.
TV PG, and she said, do you know what I want? I want the ability to have sex. And so many of y'all set y'all children down in front of the TV, trusting that it has been labeled appropriately. But why are they telling children? But it gets better.
Every day, their little facilitator creates adventures for them, and thus far, they've been kind of like mild adventures.
I like how she said that. She said every day their little facilitator creates an adventure for them, right? Mind you, in our world, we call it a handler.
But this is today's adventure.
And this is a loaded gun. Character A will take the gun into the private room and empty it out of all its ammunition. Then come out and give it to Character B. Character B will then take the gun and shoot themselves in the head.
Possible suicide, rush.
Market it to children, and a lot of people just set their kids in front of the TV and go on about their business.
Roulette, willingly giving out guns. And this little fucker right here is extremely violent. He's funny as fuck, but he's always looking to kill somebody. You know, just, you know.
Watch what y'all kids are watching. Pay attention. Do not trust their ratings on nothing at all, period. Because what the fuck is that? We've been conditioned to believe whoever speaks first, whoever sounds the most convincing, whoever cries the loudest, or whoever fits the role of hero. We've already accepted in our minds, but life isn't a fairy tale. Sometimes the person being called difficult is simply setting boundaries. Watch what y'all kids are paying attention to and watching. Do not trust their rating. They're praying and hoping that you are one of those parents who are just going to let it just go. Mind you, we've all been and we've all done it. Why? Because the fact that cursive writing is gone and a lot of history is in cursive writing, the younger people are going to be fucked when the very last person that can be trusted that knows how to read cursive writing, our people are going to be fucked. Because then it becomes anything that I say. Life isn't a fairy tale. It's real deal Holyfield shit actively happening around here. And do y'all think that that's not intentional? Because that's fucking intentional. It's like they have been targeting the kids for a while now. But mind you, y'all don't give a fuck no way, because they just told y'all what they was doing to the kids, touching and doing this, that, and the third. Y'all ain't caring. Like, to me, I thought that would be the end all of all end alls. Like, when they started actively, pushing out files that said child, kid, this, that, and the third. Mind you, I also just told y'all the other day that right now there's something happening where y'all was talking about the Wayfair thing that they was out here selling da-da-da-da-da-da-da. There's another website, and one of the things that a person came up with was the most illest shit that I heard, 2 months old, and the description was tight. Mind you, y'all government don't care, because they're hiding what the fuck they have done. This is how wicked this shit the fuck is. And they're banking and praying that y'all don't come to y'all senses and realize that Beauty and the Beast ain't a love story. It's the hostage situation. Y'all, somebody tell me, ain't nobody told me yet what happens. What's the disease? What's the thing that you get when you are held captive and then you fucking fall in love with the captor? It's also like Cinderella being such a great story, but it's child abuse. They were abusing her. The lady actively waited until her father was gone and treated her fucked up. These are the stories that they glamorize and turn into such, ooh, I want to be a Cinderella, but meanwhile, you don't realize you're about to get abused. Ooh, I want to be a Belle. You don't actively realize you're about to be held hostage by a nigga in his castle or in his house, and then now you done fell in love with a nigga, but you don't realize that you've been conditioned to fall in love with this nigga because this nigga done been holding you hostage for forever. In order for you to save your father, you had to live with this gross ass nigga. Snow White. A nigga just in the fucking, you laid up in the forest, you got little people taking care of you, God forbid, don't know what, they doing, but meanwhile, a nigga comes and kisses you while you fucking passed out. No means no. Only a few are even here listening to you drop gems. It's fine. It's for the messages for whoever it's for, because God knows who it's supposed to be for. But at the end of the day gonna end, and we have to be the ones to pay attention, because everybody ain't gonna be asleep. And even the ones that wake up, and when we realize we still wake up in their algorithm, because we all, a lot of people saying they're awake but not realizing we've been in their algorithm from day one. They tell you when to go to bed. Like, they tell you as soon as you come out of your mom's womb, they start, oh, you have to feed the baby on the schedule. Mind you, from day one, instead of them giving you all of your nutrients and everything else out of your umbilical cord and everything else, they start with that. Then they start telling you, oh, well, you should feed if you're not going to nurse, you should feed the baby Infamil, whatever the hell they're going to give you. Mind you, not telling you the mother that you should breastfeed because it's this. Like, literally everything is a part of the algorithm. They start shooting you up. The minute you come out, they start giving you this. We don't know what them people giving us. in the new age of nanotech and everything else, we don't know what they're giving them babies. So then after that, so now you on a schedule. Then they tell you when you need to wake up and when you need to sleep. What if that's not the way you wanted to wake up or sleep? What if the baby schedule ain't that? Mind you, a lot of women that were pregnant and had a baby realize the baby be up and actively kicking your ass in the middle of the fucking night. You be wanting to sleep, the baby is kicking like so apparently the baby is woke at that time anyway. Why are you asleep during that time? Well, because the government been telling us that that's what we have to do. You got to work during this time. You got to sleep during this time. They've been programming us since day one. And so now the deprogramming has to be us catching it. We have to actively see that Goldilocks was the predator. I know they dressed her up all cute and like, innocent, but Goldilocks was the person that victimized the bears. The bears was minding their own fucking business. The door didn't say you don't break and enter. Just because the door open don't mean you go in. But this is the society that we have been put into, and now we have to break that conditioning. They're going to say you're wrong. Meanwhile, the whole government is wrong. There's an issue. When you have a health issue, exactly. Meanwhile, they took all the herbs. God gave you everything that you needed on the planet in order to heal you. And guess what they did? Don't do that. They made it so that you thought that anybody that would give you anything natural that God made is the perpetrator. Meanwhile, not realizing that the niggas that did that were the perpetrators. And so this is the thing. I watched something else yesterday, which was actually funny. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it. And the people in the comments be funny too, because it's almost like they don't think about it until they fucking think about it. And it's weird because why the hell didn't you think about that already? I've been saying this the whole entire time. Where's this thing at?
It took them 6,000 years to get to our planet.
Okay, so
Okay.
I don't see it, but what it is it's a little cartoon, right? And the cartoon is an alien talking to a person. And so the alien says, we like dealing with Jesus. We see Jesus every year. Jesus comes, we give him cookies, we have a party with him, and this and the third. So the human says, we're still waiting for Jesus' second coming. So the alien says, well, what happened on the planet when Jesus came? And the human don't want to say nothing. And the alien saying, well, what happened? You can tell me. You can tell me what happened. The human is so the alien keeps asking multiple times as to what happened to Jesus when Jesus showed up. And then the human finally says, we killed him. Do y'all not realize, and I'm going to keep reminding you, that every time we have anything good on this planet, y'all kill it? Good morning, Mr. Jimmy.
Hey, Ty.
Yes, sir.
In 2 minutes, I'm bringing a trailer over there.
Okay.
Right now, I'm going to cut some trees down right here by the fence.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, my property go a little further over.
Uh-huh.
The trees are on my property.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm going to cut some of them down, okay?
Mr. Jimmy, I do not care about them trees.
Okay.
Yeah, even if they in the middle, because I think some, I don't know which side you're talking about, I know, but some of them in the, I don't care. Some of them are on the line, so I don't care. It's fine with me.
Yeah, okay. I just want you to know what I'm going to do. And you know what I'm talking about, right here by my shed.
It don't, Mr. Jimmy, I don't care. Like,
okay.
It don't matter to me. I don't think you're going to do nothing that's not going to be right, so I don't care.
Okay. All right, now once I get through cutting the trees down, you home?
Yes, sir.
Okay, once I get through cutting the trees down, I'm going to bring that trailer over there.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
It's my neighbor. After torturing him. Yeah, after torturing him. So anything that happens good on this planet. So that's the thing. Like, these people are not realizing what their brain is actively doing. They will align themselves with the killer because, that's what you was conditioned to do. You was conditioned to think that Goldilocks was, assaulted by the bears, but meanwhile she walked in their house. Y'all are conditioned to think that this is just the way. This is just how they have us programmed. And we have to figure out how to deprogram that programming. And I know it's going to be hard, and I know it's weird because, like, why do we have to do that? Why do we have to do that? Why is it that the system is just not, actively correct from the beginning? Why do they want us to clap for our captors? Because this is what they have been showing us, and mind you, they have been glamorizing it the whole entire time. Clap for your captor, clap for the person that is perpetrating the issue. That's what they do. Okay, I have to get some work done before it gets hotter outside. Stay hydrated and focus on the truth. Amen. Thank you, Junior. Have a great day, or have the day you deserve. So will I. So again, here we are. And sometimes both people are telling the truth from their own perspective. Yeah, but right is right and wrong is wrong. And in Goldilocks area, she shouldn't have been in there. And Jack's defense, if you see a magic tree, a magic beanstalk just pop up, maybe the thing wasn't to climb it. Maybe if you a hungry ass nigga, the beanstalk was giant for you to be able to eat it, but instead he climbed up. Nobody told him to go into the person's house. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Nobody told you once you seen it was somebody's house, you don't go in there and start putting shit in your pocket. Right is right, wrong is wrong. That's stealing. If a person molests somebody when they're young and you're in a position of leadership, the congregation should not be now aligning themselves with the perpetrator. And then a lot of them will say you shouldn't get online and air the dirty language, dirty laundry, this and the third. Y'all bitches ain't gonna do nothing. When they tell y'all going to still kiss the pastor's ass. I done seen so many people, like a couple different scenarios where they will get online. The people from the congregation will get online and bash the person that is now spreading the pastor did this to me at a certain age. And in the comments, like if y'all go look at the comments, they'll be saying you should have did this in the privacy of what? Because I've been hearing stories where the wife fucking knew. They did nothing. So who's going to protect the fucking victims? We got to air out the dirty laundry because otherwise y'all are going to sweep it underneath the fucking rug, which is also the same reason why I said I ain't, with or against nobody that is sitting in the seat of, our government right now. Because if that lady had got in there, that shit would have been swept right underneath the fucking rug again. I know y'all be actively out here clapping for motherfuckers that do a little bit of a job, but y'all, these documents are a lot. The reason why it's a lot is because people actively turned a blind eye. So while they were turning a blind eye, kids were getting touched. People were getting molested and raped and all types of unalived while people were turning a blind eye. So I get that y'all want to be clapping because, a nigga did this. But it's so much other shit that fucking happened. Like, I don't know why if you do 2 specks of good, meanwhile, I got this many files right here that could have, saved a life, stopped somebody from being traumatized, could have, did whatever. Diddy in jail. Diddy's in jail. Bill Cosby went to jail. Like, it's so many that went to jail that is melanated. But mind you, it's so many that ain't in jail that is less melanated. Meanwhile, nobody cares. Nobody cares unless it happens to them. None of y'all are going to care unless it happens to you. None of y'all are going to care unless it happens to somebody that you care about. And it has to be direct contact, because if it happens to somebody that lives down the street that you care about, you still ain't going to give a fuck. But meanwhile, we got an old lady over here living in a box. And she said, and Clive gone. Well, he going to have to deal with God now. And then it made me wonder even this yesterday. So, you know how, like, the people that are not here, because I keep saying the same exact thing, like, even in the process of all this shit that's happening, right? maybe it's best that, you know, people ain't here. But then that pissed me the fuck off, because then I'm talking to God, because why do you gotta not live in this life to have goodness? Like, that's got to be the most fucked up shit. And, you know, only God can answer the question, but that's got to be fucked up. Why can't I have goodness right here, right now? Why is it that, okay, you got to go to the other side, or you can't live life right where you are and it be a good life? You got to deal with the fuckery of these people. That's crazy. And it don't make no sense. So you mean to tell me that you sent me here to get these, so these people can impede upon my free will and fuck up the whole entire Mother Nature? And then I was looking at something that is science, right? And it talks about what I keep saying: the universe will adjust itself as many times as needed and necessary in order for it to, you know, put itself back into alignment, right? So it talks about the universe going through cycles. So at one point in time, there was supposedly an ice age, where the ice melted, this, that, and a third. Now the universe is going through a warming process, and it's heating up, and it's also showing where stuff that vegetation that didn't exist, it's now growing back. But it used to exist before, and then it died off, and now it's coming back at this point in time. So it has to be cycles of life. But like, God, you mean to tell me this is what you got going on right here, right now, when there's so many people who are wanting out of this system? Like, we like life, we love life, we want to be here, but we want the people who, the powers that be, the people who are supposedly leaders that's not leading, we want them gone. We want them out of our way. We want them to stop impeding upon our free will. We want them to create a society, allow us to create a society where people don't have to struggle and work as hard as the fuck they do, where people can enjoy their fucking life. Like, what's so wrong with that? I agree. I've asked the same thing many times. I mean, because at this point, that's what it's making me wonder. Like, you know, God, this can't be real. Like, this can't be right. And if I'm not the only one saying it, and I'm sure I'm not the only one saying it, because I'm looking at places where people are fucking overcrowded, living one on top of the other. But meanwhile, this nigga over here is allowed to, you know, fuck with the stock market to have hundreds of thousands of acres of land that ain't fucking theirs. It don't make sense. And so if I'm not the only one and other people are saying exactly the same thing, that means that there's more of our prayers going up than these people are dealing with. So where, God? Like, come on now. Like, I get it that, you know, we got to go through whatever cycle, this, that, and the third, but over. It's done. Like, literally, the people are speaking and it's done. Get somebody else to do it. We don't have time. Bring this shit show to an end. We over it. Please go in and get. I wish God answered these questions for us, or I'd hear the answer. I mean, I feel like we about to hear the answer, though, because little do we know, it seemed like I'm watching stuff, right? And so this Earth School. So I'm going to tell y'all what's happening in Earth School. Anybody that watches all of my platforms, y'all know that I do, I'm an influencer, okay? So a lot of the stuff that I have that I advertise and stuff, I get gifted to me. They send it to me. I do videos about it, right? Now, one thing that I'm very aware of is certain things don't come to me. And then all of a sudden, I'll start telling people, no, thank you, no, thank you, no, thank you, right? Because I don't advertise everything. Just because it gets sent to me, I don't give a fuck. I got a whole list of people, the same way they can decline me, I decline their asses. I'll be like, no, thank you. Because it don't resonate with my spirit, right? So recently, because, you know, Earth School, and I pay attention, I'm here for a reason, I've noticed something about Earth School. Papa Daddy, hi, welcome, thank you for being here. We must be off frequency as a whole. I don't believe so. I believe that we're definitely in frequency, because this is why I'm going to tell you. So I don't believe we're off frequency. I'm telling you, this is how we have to pay attention. And I'm paying attention. So there's something about to happen. And I'll let you figure it out for yourself, because I'm not going to put nothing into nobody's system that ain't there. But I got cases of water stacked up right here, right? My video shows up. I mean, not my video. Somebody's video shows up yesterday, and I see people are going crazy in Costco for water because apparently people are paying attention. And then all of a sudden, my timeline does a thing. I have tallow, which is beef, the old school shit, right? That your parents, your grandmama, and everybody used to fry shit in with your old school pan, right? Cast iron pans. Come to find out, the cast iron, the old people had it right. All the old ways, all the old customs were correct. So, cooking in a cast iron pan puts iron in the food, right? This is one of the things they're showing. Cooking with tallow is natural because it's beef fat, but also you can do many different things with the tallow, right? So you can do candles, in case the lights go out, and everything, right? Same thing. It's the same shit. So it's nothing but the fat from the animal, right? Rendered fat. Same fucking thing. So anyway, the other day I'm cooking my chicken in my cast iron pan with my tallow, right? And it reminded me because as I'm cooking it, I'm like, this chicken is, mind you, tastes different. This is the chicken that I've seen before. But also, if you look up something, this thing that happened with the oil when they started doing the vegetable oil, canola oil, this, that, and the third, all of a sudden now, you know, the men, something is happening. Low T, right? So then I'm having to looking up some of that, and it's like, that actually helps with the T, right? Look it up for yourself. Don't trust nothing I got to say because I'm looking it up just the same way you looking it up. So now we got the cast iron pan with the but although we know the food because you know it's questionable, right? You got to grow that yourself. The vegetables, questionable. You need to grow that yourself, right? So why is it now that everything that they have dressed up that they told us that was so bad for us, so then they took the cast iron pans and then they gave y'all them Teflon pans, and then everybody ended up with something in their system that is going to last for forever. But you didn't have that problem when you was dealing with cast iron, right? So everything that was good and natural that the old people knew and used was better for us than the shit that they GMO, genetically modified, and then gave to us. So what I noticed is, Earth School, I have tallow. I've been had cast iron pans. I done had them for forever and a day. But literally, water, shelf stable. A lot of things that's coming to me that are shelf stable, right? Last night was the kicker. I did goat milk. I've never tasted goat milk before in my life, right? But it's powdered milk. Mind you, I got kicked out of my grandma's house. I got literally kicked the fuck out of my grandma's house when I was younger. Because if y'all remember when they used to have the surplus, when you stand in line and you get that government cheese, powdered milk, this, that, and the third. And I don't think the powdered milk was goat milk. It might have just been powdered milk. But anyway, you go, girl, period. I agree. 99% and period. Thank you for being here. So what's happening is, Data, hi, love you. Thank you for being here, y'all. So what's happening now is I'm noticing that the universe is sending me old school stuff, which means also one of those things that I tell you, you're never not prepared. You always have what you need. The universe will always prepare you for what you need. So something is happening that's preparing me for me needing certain things. So I got kicked out of my grandma's house because of powdered milk. She tried to give me some powdered milk. I didn't like it. I called my mom. Mike, welcome, love you, thank you for being here. But mind you, it's because I didn't know better. We got to remember, I'm only used to what my parents were showing me. And so my parents were showing me that you get milk out of a fucking jug. It's cow's milk. Come to find out, if y'all go look up the history of cow's milk, raw milk, and this milk, you'll see that they're one of those 13 families that y'all talking about. One of them is behind the milk being changed from raw milk to this milk. And we already know they never do anything good. We already know that everything they do is fucked up, right? Okay, so mind you, I haven't bought milk in forever and a day. But what I can tell you right now is, I promise you I'm not buying no more milk. So last night I did a video of me making my goat's milk. And after I tasted it, I'm never buying real milk ever again. And so I got my whole little bottle, my whole little jug. that I made. I got this jar from the fucking, I got this from the dollar store, right? I just shook it. And this is what I made last night. A cup of this in the powder and a cup and 1 cup for powder to a cup of water. I'm never buying real that milk in a jug ever again. The ingredients on this says goat milk. That's it. That's all. Nothing else. And I can show you the package. I've been testing the ingredients on, looking at the ingredients on a lot of stuff. Even the ingredients on your sugar is not just sugar. So I changed my sugar. And I can show y'all what type of sugar I got. Like, the ingredients on salt ain't salt, y'all. It's salt and this, that, and the third. Salt don't need nothing else added into it. Salt is as pure as it can get. It cures. Mind you, remember, the etymology of words is important. So salt should need nothing else but salt. Why is it other stuff in the salt? And then if you look up the stuff that's just salt, the pure salt, why is pure salt $8? The shit that you can buy that's mixed with something else that, and I can show it to y'all, it's $1. It used to be 66 cents. But mind you, something about the 66, like even in their address, something ain't right with that company. Because they are literally like, and mind you, it ain't even the number. It's just basically sometimes people pick something and they hold on to it because they're trying to tell you something. Because the number means life, this, that, and the third. But people switch it around to do this, that, and the third. Something's not right with that company. Because why are you adding salt in this? Why is it just not pure salt? But when you get the pure salt, it's now $8. It's not 66 cents. It's not fucking $1 something. Like, y'all go look this shit the fuck up. You don't have to believe me. Rice ain't just rice. Rice should just be rice. Like, you got to watch everything that you're getting right here, right now, because rice should just be rice. But I can guarantee y'all that a lot of y'all favorite rice that y'all pick up, look at it. I bet you it ain't rice. It's something else that's added to the fucking rice. I'm going to show y'all the sugar. So even this, when I was getting the regular sugar that I've been getting for forever in a day in that yellow bag, I happened to be in the store with my son one day, and I'm like, I just want to make sure that it's nothing but sugar, right? So if you look at the sugar that's on that yellow bag, it ain't just sugar. But if you look at this is just sugar. Nothing but sugar. But look at your bags of your sugar. It should be nothing but sugar. I can guarantee that it's not. And don't y'all go buying up all of the fucking sugar. Because this is the reason why I ain't showed nobody what. Because I done changed this a while ago. And I didn't show nobody because of the fact that every time you show somebody shit, they start buying shit up. And this ain't that expensive yet. This is cheap. So that's only until y'all start finding it out. But also the other thing is this. Non-GMO. It's kosher and it's clean. Because I started looking up all the stuff that is halal. And so this is how I started actively buying these things. Mind you, this shit got a fucking, look, a scanner so you can know where the fuck it came from and everything else. Miss Majestic Grace, I ain't lying, I'm for real. I be gatekeeping sometimes. Cause shit, I gotta make sure I can buy something first. Buy it in abundance. Because then somebody else will go fucking take all the shit off the shelf. Like, oh, she said this, and then now I ain't got none. So you got to watch what you be, helping people show them. Because, man, now you ain't got shit. This right here. This is the last thing that I just posted last night. Right here. And mind you, check this out. Nothing but 100% goat milk. Nothing else added. And so, mind you, it tastes better than regular milk. I'm never buying milk ever again. I'm always going to freaking use this. So hopefully they don't change, and they non-GMO, gluten-free, chemical-free. Don't go buying it all up either, the fuck, because I'm trying to show y'all good shit, and don't go buying it all the fuck up. And you don't even gotta buy it from me. You should, but in case you don't, the reason why I'm never buying milk ever again, full cream goat milk, 100%. Yeah, it says goat milk can be added directly to smoothies, and so you can just use the powder if you want. But this is shelf stable. Why is this universe sending me shelf stable things? Because sooner or later, something is happening in the system. So if y'all see this, yeah, go get you some, because I'm never buying real milk again. I'm never buying that milk because this is real milk. I'm never buying that other milk ever again. I'm going to always make my own milk. It's thicker, like it tastes good. And I'm not joking with y'all. And mind you, 100% thinking, I ain't never in my life thought that I was going to have goat milk. Like, I ain't never tried no fucking goat milk ever in my life. Not because of nothing other than the fact that I was never introduced to it. So now, from here on out, y'all gonna see me actively doing that, because now I'm in control of what I can eat and what I can digest and whatever. And I don't want it to be full of additives. I want it to be whatever it say, that's what it should be. If it's corn, it shouldn't be nothing but fucking corn. If it's greens, it shouldn't be nothing but fucking greens. If it's tomatoes, it shouldn't be nothing but fucking tomatoes. If it's rice, it shouldn't be nothing but rice, not pumped up with fucking plastic, this, that, and the third, da. And I don't have a plastic rice bag, but I buy jasmine rice. And for some reason, I want to say, I don't know what company it is. When I get another bag, because I take my rice and I dump it inside of a container. So the next time I buy rice, I'll show you what type of rice I buy. But literally, y'all start checking y'all labels, because y'all out here eating a bunch of stuff. Because again, we clap for the killer. The people who, make the most stuff. That yellow bag of sugar ain't just sugar. It's not pure sugar. That salt ain't just salt. You had me frying chicken and tallow with cast iron. Period. That shit was delicious, wasn't it? Mind you, anybody that is big on fucking meal prepping, because you know what that chicken reminded me of? It reminded me of the chicken that you buy in the store that you take and it's already fried and you feed it to your kids. Like, if you are big on meal prepping and you ain't got time, fry you a big batch of chicken and separate that shit in the bags. If you got kids, this and the third, because the crunch, putting that shit in the air fryer after that, it's gonna taste like you just fucking made it. So yeah. And again, like I said, you ain't gotta buy the shit from me, but support your girl too, please, and thank you. It's on my Amazon store, it's on my TikTok. Either way, yeah. But you ain't gotta buy it from me. But buy it from me. All I know is I ain't doing it no more. I'm not getting no more of that little yellow oil. No vegetable oil. I ain't getting no more of that shit. It's nothing but tallow from this point on. Mind you, I fried that chicken and you can take and dump out the little crispy things like your grandma used to do back in the day. And that shit is pure. It's that, like, that's that crack. Like, dump that shit in a container. Don't throw that shit out. Only time you throw it out is after you fry fish a couple times. But literally, pour that shit back in, not in the new container. Get you another container and pour that shit in the container. Get the little crunchies out and reuse that shit. And mind you, it has a higher frying point, everything. And it's the old school way. Like, people fail to realize the old people had it right. These people was only trying to get money from us and poisoning us the whole entire fucking time. I'll be looking out for the bioengineering table. Y'all, the old people had it right. Go back to the old customs, the old ways. The old people had it the fuck right. If you notice, they will even show you, even back in the day, they didn't have an obesity problem. People had McDonald's. McDonald's existed back then. It wasn't an obesity problem. It wasn't until they started adding this, that, and the third, preservatives, da 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 da. But mind you, they knew how to, even like foods that are saying they need to be something to make it last. It is ways to do stuff to make it last that you can use. Vinegar, salt, a couple other things that you can make something shelf stable and not have to use a chemical. They know it. They don't care. I'm trying to tell you, everything that they did was to make them more and more money. We are the problem. And until we figure that out, it's always going to be some bullshit. We are the problem. We clap for the killer. They told us who the enemy was. And mind you, we just watch the enemy in action all the time. And like I said, when Jesus came, they claimed that they love God so much, but mind you, they let the people kill him. Now, what better cause was it for? And this is why I makes me keep talking to God, because literally, what other answer did they need? Like, does that mean that our society, our world is always going to be doomed? If in fact they knew that Jesus was on this earth and the people got together to still actively let people kill them instead of getting together and getting rid of the people that was trying to kill Jesus? They say that Jesus is God. This is the thing that they always want to pitch. But meanwhile, in my mind, y'all didn't even protect Jesus. So I know y'all not going to protect me. Y'all not going to protect the fucking kids. They're not going to protect nothing that is good. This is the world we live in. And so until the people realize that the conditioning has been so extensive from day one, and then they start to, wake up from that, they didn't protect Jesus. So they not going to protect these kids. Their so-called God, they did not protect them. So what the fuck you think they going to do with you? Facts. Even my grandparents would say that wasn't real food. I'm trying to tell you, it's not real food. So the collective message today is to become curious before becoming judgmental. What information am I missing? Have I only heard one side? Because why did we not pay attention that Goldilocks was a thief? Because they snuck that in there. Oh, she was just a little innocent girl, da 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 da. She wasn't that innocent. She was a fucking thief. A robber. Have I only heard one side? Am I seeing this situation clearly or through old conditioning? Just think about the people, even the giants, like I said. Because for our perspective, we're small. The giants will step. So it could have been, I may feel threatened if a giant shows up. But does that mean that the giant is threatening? Or does that mean that that's just my perspective? If the giant doesn't do anything, and all I'm seeing right now is if the giant is going to shake the earth, because to me, that would be, the giant is shaking the earth. That's a problem. But is a giant not allowed to take up space? That would be like saying you're not allowed to take up space. We only see things from our side. Yes, got to check my perspective. Yes. So this is what I'm saying. Even with people that have wronged me, right? So, they may want to blame me. And that's one of the things where I said, I'll take it. Like, it don't matter. So I may be saying what I'm saying, and a person may be thinking she's a liar and she's, wrong, this, that, and third. No, that's my perspective. And I know you want me to see it from your perspective, but, your perspective is your perspective. All I know is you hurt me in, this way. I may have done something or not. Because, again, sometimes we don't realize that whatever reaction we done triggered in somebody else is the reason why they did whatever they did. We don't see from ourselves, our self-lens, that I may have ignored somebody, which made them feel some type of way. Now, they should be emotionally responsible to realize just because the person responded that way don't mean that I gotta now do whatever. But whatever I did to create that is cause and effect. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel the way I feel. And I said, there's people that I will never talk to ever again. But people also know that to wait me out. There is no more waiting me out, because that's one of the things that I'm breaking, that boundary, that I'm breaking that limitation off myself. I'm not allowing people that wait me out to be around me. I'm only allowing people that know how to treat me right the first time to be around me, because every time I let one of my boundaries go, and then I let you around me again after you done did some shit, they only gonna figure out how to do something else, or they gonna figure out how to do it better. Because what people don't never learn how to, and I'm gonna say never, because bitch, people don't never learn how to just not do the very thing. They just learn how to not do it in front of you. If it's embedded in them, it's embedded in them, and then they'll try to be better at hiding that shit from you. Not that they're not going to do it, because they're going to do it elsewhere. So I believe that. Nobody else got to worry about it, but that's what I know. So human nature has shown me that, right? And so I'm not going to be the cause of you not being able to be fully you. It's a thing where I'll be laughing with my oldest son, because my oldest son, you know, I had him when I was 15. So he understands me a whole lot, right? And so I was laughing with him one day because we have the same thought process of, and it's funny because he's just smart, right? And so we have the same thought process as to, he said to me one day, Mom, this girl said this to me, and I feel like we just shouldn't be together because she don't want to let me love her the way I want to love her. And it made me laugh, because that's right. He's not wrong. And for so many people, we fail to realize they want to change the way we love them, because I have to be the person to change. And not for nothing, I don't want you to have to change none of your behaviors that you don't want to change, and you shouldn't want me to have to change none of my behaviors that I don't want to change, because we all know, and everybody knows, that when you're ready to grow and when you're ready to change, you'll do it for yourself, not because somebody's forcing you. And if this is the way that I want to love you, and you don't want me to love you like that, we shouldn't be together. Because I got somebody that, you know, in life I wanted to give my whole entire life to. Like, I just want to be with you, loving you, da 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 da. They didn't want that for me. Okay, well, I can't love you on the, you know, half-assed side. I'm going to love you, and I'm going to love you all the way. I get that, you know, you don't know what's best for yourself because of the fact that you think that these people out here that are telling you that they love you. Meanwhile, I can tell, because it's the Goldilocks story. I can tell that they only want you because of whatever. And until you figure that out, there's nothing I can do. So I'm going to have to take the way I want to love, and I'm going to have to go over here. Not that, you know, I'm not going to not love again, because people try to input that into my system too. They said, this person really did a number on you, so you're never going to love again. I said, I rebuke you, because you're a fucking liar. It would be saying the same as we have to love everybody the same. We don't love everybody the same. We love everybody we love, but we love them all differently. Like, I can have love for this person and I love them this way, and I can have love for this person and I love them this way. It don't make my love more or less for anybody else. I love this kid, and all my kids have different personalities. I love my mom. I love my dad. I love my brothers. Guess what? It's not all the same, though. I have to have different love and different boundaries for everybody, because guess what? That's just the way that it is. And so even the shit that I'm telling y'all, I got a brother that just got out of jail, right? And I don't condone the shit that he went to jail for, right? But also in the process, I know that I don't want certain behaviors around me. Why? Because y'all fucking will charge somebody else, and we can see this right now. Nicki Minaj ain't the one that did whatever she did. Her brother did, right? And do y'all not know that she gets blamed for her brother's behavior because of whatever that is? Not my charge, not my this, not my that. But I also believe that that's my brother and I love him. I don't have to condone anything that he did in life. I don't have to, you know, whatever. And I'm not going to be victimized by nothing that he did, because it ain't my shit. And guess what? When he went to jail for whatever he went to jail for, I told everybody, I'm not supporting nothing in jail. Like, right is right to me and wrong is wrong. And so if it's a necessity and there's something that, I could do, but for the most part, I'm not supporting nobody's jail life because you went to jail for a reason. And so even in the process, eventually, he out now, and I'll say what I want to say, but I don't give people access to me because of the fact that they just decided that, oh, now I'm out of jail. Now, like, I got to determine what access this person's going to get. For all intents and purposes, they just said something to my son. They just said something to this. It's been people fucking trying to call this. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm going to talk when I want to talk, but after I feel like figure out whatever boundaries that I need to create or whatever energy that I don't want, like whatever it is, I'm going to do it when God tells me to do it. But until then, I don't give a fuck. Brother, mom, dad, auntie, I just told y'all that I had to say some shit the other day. Like, people fail to realize that, yes, these are family ties, but I'm not forced into having to follow whatever it is because it's family. No, I got to protect my energy. I have to protect my space. I have to protect whatever it is that God is imparting upon me. And when I figure it out, because that could be the only thing. It could be just that. I ain't figured it out yet. So until I figure it out, it's going to be this. And it ain't got nothing to do with whether or not I love him. It ain't got nothing to do with me treating nobody no type of way. It ain't got nothing to do with none of that. And people will try to make something, oh, well, she's treating this person. I ain't treating nobody like nothing. I ain't got nothing to give you. I ain't got nothing, like no energy, no nothing. And when I do, then I will. And if you ain't got it for me, then you don't have to. Because even for me, I'm a full-grown adult, and I realize spiritual energy, even if it's the time when I decide that I'm ready, if they're not ready, they don't have to, and I'm not going to say shit other than talk to me when it's time. Point blank, period. And so, with that being said, this is my perspective, that's that perspective. But we have to be mindful that right is right and wrong is wrong. And for so long, we've been being told that Goldilocks was right and she was wrong. So long, we have been paying attention that Disney got videos and things of this nature. And ain't nobody told me what the disease is yet. For some reason, let me look it up. Let me Google this shit. See, this is why you gotta do some shit for yourself. What's the fucking disease that you get when somebody holds you hostage and then you love them? Stockholm Syndrome. Oh, Majestic Grace, thank you. So Stockholm Syndrome. Stockholm Syndrome is named after a 1973 bank robbery in Stockholm, Sweden, where hostages formed emotional bonds with their captors and even defended them after release. While it's not officially recognized as a mental disorder in the DSM-5, it's widely studied in psychology and criminal. See what I'm saying? They so dumb because it got to be a mental disorder. You kidnapped me and you held me to the point. Like I said, even with racism, it had to be a mental disorder because ain't no fucking way you gonna get me to focus on somebody that I don't care about. Because once I don't care about you, bitch, I don't give a fuck what you do. So something happens in a person's brain that basically says, I gotta care. I told them I don't like them. Fuck them, nigga. But I need to know what the nigga is doing. You said you didn't like me. You said you wanted to segregate. You said you wanted to da-da-da-da-da. You won't take your bitch ass the fuck over there because I'm never going to come over there. I'm always going to be over here. But because you literally think about me so much, you got to come see what I'm doing. You got to try to fuck with me. It's mental. So ain't nobody gonna tell me Stockholm Syndrome is not a mental thing. That is now what I figured out about fucking Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast I loved so much until at my big grown age, 50 years old. So I had to be about 49, 48 when I finally figured out that Beauty and the Beast was a crime. He should have went to jail. Why was I over here glamorizing and glorifying a nigga kidnapping? He held that girl against her will. He traded her life for her father's. The dad didn't even mean to do what he did when this nigga kidnapped him. And then he traded his life for the daughter for the dad. And then he kept her until she fell in love with him. And that's Beauty and the Beast in a nutshell. He kept her dad in a cage. But when she traded herself for the father, he let her have a bedroom. She was getting ready to go in the cage like her fucking dad. And he said, no, just pick a room in the house. He was trying to treat her like she wasn't kidnapped. But meanwhile, she was kidnapped. And this is the shit that they fucking glorify, and this is the shit that we turn into. Who is this bitch? Like, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, somebody started sending me messages. And every day now, it's a person sending me messages. And I don't know whether or not, like, that... Because, bitch, why are you sending me messages? And again, I don't know why it's irritating me, but I thought it yesterday. Like, why the fuck is this person out of nowhere sending me messages? And who the fuck is this? And it's just weird because it's a random fucking head. Person ain't said nothing to me, just all of a sudden, and here I go deleting messages. This is the other shit. When I said something to my aunt, she said, okay, I'll stop sending you messages. Then another bitch started sending me messages. So now, because I now want to say something to this person. Like, why are you fucking sending me messages? Because literally all I do is fucking look at the shit and delete it. But every time it just irritates the fuck out of me because who the fuck are you and why did you just start that? Out of nowhere, she stopped and you started. Because you're trying to get on my nerves. Like, something in the system definitely trying to get on my nerves because now you get ready to force me to say to the next week. Like, why did you start sending me messages? I'm not going to look at your messages. I don't care about your messages. And it's weird. See who are you and who sent you. I don't want to talk to her. I'm getting ready to actually block the bitch. That's what I'm getting ready to do. But then I looked at her page, and it looked like some people that I know from back in the day. But I don't know her. But technically, she get ready to be on the block list. That's what the fuck I'm about to do to the bitch. Because, like, we're in the system. Because now, again, I feel irritated. Bitch, why are you doing that? And it just be one message, like, you know, they want to spark a conversation. I don't want to talk to you. People fail to realize I don't want to talk to them. Like, this is what I be having for the talking. Period. Your experience matters. Your feelings matter. Your truth matters. That doesn't mean that you're always right. And it ain't about being right or wrong. It's about you matter. Your feelings matter. Your truth matters. It doesn't mean that you're right or wrong. It means that every story has layers, and wisdom comes from being willing to look beneath the surface, willing to look at all perspectives. This person, you see two people arguing, and they're going at it. This person saying what they saying, this person saying what they're saying. Most of the time, they can't come to agreement because this person just wants to get their feelings and their shit validated and heard because they want to feel right, and this person is saying whatever they're saying. This is why I don't argue with people no more. I done came to the smooth ass conclusion that whatever you believe is all right with me. I'm not gonna argue with you. That's why I said I ain't gonna argue with nobody about religion. Why am I gonna argue with you about religion when the end all of all end alls to me is they lied. They already lied. So no matter what me and you disagree about, we could be disagreeing about the lie. And so we arguing about it, but meanwhile, it don't even matter because it's not even true. So now we done wasted 4 hours of our life, 32 seconds that I can't get the fuck back. I got better shit to do. Believe what the fuck you want to believe. I don't know how the earth started or evolution started. I don't know how Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1302. I don't know how these people got their foot in society as embedded as they do. The thing that I know for a fact, though, is we're the problem. So I'm solution driven. I don't want to argue with you about who's right, who's wrong, you know, whether or not Michael Jackson was trying to tell us, whether or not Prince was trying to tell us, whether or not fucking all the old people was trying to tell us. We know they was trying to tell us. We know this system is not right. We know that the people have two separate laws, one for us, one for them. The people who think that they're under the one for them, you're not, because they will lock you the fuck up as well. When people talk about slavery, slavery was not just for us. White people was enslaved and still enslaved. The same as us. They're just trying to keep us from not paying attention to them, and they're trying to keep us arguing amongst each other. I don't want to argue with y'all no more. I'm over it. I believe evil works in many ways to attack you, to try to dim your light. Yes, and we ain't got time for that. So the light is on full shine and full circle, full illumination. And the illumination says if they can keep us arguing about religion, if we can keep us arguing about color, if they can keep us arguing about monetary, whatever, they can keep their foot in this system. And I'm telling you right now, this system is requiring for some reason I want to use the resonation, but resolve. It ain't requiring no reset though. Restoration. The system is requiring restoration. So whether or not we know it or not, and whether or not they know it or not, they already know it. Everybody knows this system is about to shut down. Whether it gets reset or restored is the other thing. It's being restoration is the key in the word, because this is something this blackout is being done by the actual system itself. So there is no starting point for them. And all I'm saying is this: whoever gets left here during the restoration, don't allow for them to get their foot put back into the system the way they did. So whatever you have to leave here to warn the next generation, don't write it in cursive. Write it as clear as you can write it. Write it down plain, because they have whatever they have, the documentations, the stockpiles, the this, that, and third of information that they're going to pull out, and they're going to be the only ones that can use it. We already see what the issue is. So now we have to be mindful. So when we write in plain, write it plain. And that's also a testament to itself, because like I said with the lady, she just needed the door open. So they just need the door open. Don't leave them anything that they can't use. We already know they don't know cursive. If you got to fucking do a picture, make sure that the picture, if you are artists, because this is how shit gets left. Artistry, music. Keep sharing love and light. Now matters what happened to you, no matter what happens to you. She said, keep sharing love and light no matter what happens to you. Fear is what they love, period. That's a fact. So through your artistry, be mindful of what you're saying. This is why I said, Young Miami, I love Young Miami, but Young Miami ain't good for the culture. Literally, I got a video that they used that video, and then a lady posted, after they stole something, used the scamming thing, the police. Like, y'all be thinking that the police, the feds ain't watching. At this point in time, they're banking on people being so stupid and needing likes so bad that you're going to arrest yourself. So lady stole some shit from Louis Vuitton. Guess what they did? Posted to Young Miami's scamming ass niggas. And guess the fuck what? The fucking feds was watching. Guess what? Lady locked the fuck up. Her daughters locked the fuck up. Like these people are just so slow and stupid. Back in the day, it wasn't. You don't film crimes. You don't take phones. Like, people knew what the phones was for. When niggas is doing crimes, you don't take your phones. You don't video. You don't want no wiretaps, things of that nature. You be trying to stay as far away from the police as you can. If you out here doing crimes and shit, don't take no phone with you. Your phone is pinging. They're going to lock your bitch ass up. Also, remember, crimes, everybody got a Ring camera. So, one, ditch the phone. Two, Be mindful of the Ring camera, so your ass better be in a country or somewhere of that nature. Don't take no phone. Leave the phone in the city. Drive your motherfucking monkey ass to the country. Then you gotta make sure that these niggas, you can't even do crimes with niggas because you tell these niggas to leave the phones, and guess what? Somebody gonna have a fucking phone. But at this point, your tag, your license plate is now tracking you. All of this shit, they didn't have this shit back in the day. Now y'all see why Diddy was, they said something about the tunnels. Cause nigga, that's gonna be basically the only way you don't get seen is if you go underground, and you better have a tunnel from here to Timbuktu. Because how the fuck, if they tracking the tags, they tracking the phones, they trying to track the people right now. Because shit, if they talking about adding chips to bitches, like y'all, it's a police state. So either get to the point where you don't want to do crimes, or get to acknowledging the fact that some of these celebrities is the fucking police too. Because why are they doing that? And I already said, niggas done got shot for water. They actively are boycotting and mad at a nigga being shot for water. So you mean to tell me that a bitch came out and then, and again, I'm saying what I'm saying. I like Young Miami. But at the end of the day, she's a fucking bot. They told this bitch to get her CDLs, and now she out here saying she's God's favorite because she came up with a scamming ass song. Bitch, that don't make you God's favorite. That make you disinformed, ill-informed. You literally just made a song to set your people up. Mind you, the people was gonna get set up anyway because they fucking slow as fuck. Because why the hell did y'all think that you should post that online on fucking TikTok? That was dumb. Hello?
I'm getting over in New York.
Okay, thank you.
You want me to go out to the back?
Yeah, I'll be back there, and I'm coming out there.
Okay, I'm getting right there right now.
All right, bye. All right, so in this season, the season is about teaching this season is teaching many people to trust their own observations instead of blindly accepting the narratives they have been handed. Not everything is what it appears to be, and sometimes the greatest act of growth is realizing that the story changes depending upon who's telling it. So, question for the collective: Have you ever discovered that a situation looked completely different once you heard the other side of the story? And I have to say yes. So anyway, that's the message. Hopefully it helped. Thank you guys for being here. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Always go with God. Super chat, super stickers, definitely welcome. If you'd like to donate towards my channel, like, comment, share, subscribe. The link to my GoFundMe is in my bio. It's for my house. It's in the bio, and my Cash App link is there too. So have the day that you deserved, and so will I. And always go with God. I love you.